Hello, my fellow readers. This is I, Dark Symphony 777, with a fan fiction review. As always, a link to the story will be in the description below. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, click on that bell for notifications. Leave a comment in the comment section below on your thoughts on the story and any future fan fictions you want me to see, read, or review. And finally, this is my opinion. My opinion is not indicative of everyone in the world, so please respect that. So, we are continuing on the Super Koopa series with the original Super Koopa, the first of the official Super Koopa trilogy. Or tetralogy if you add Queen of the Koopas. Again, it's written by Wakazu, and I honestly think, before I get into the actual review, I think this is the weakest story of all four. I think from worst to best, it's Super Koopa, Queen of the Koopas, Super Koopa Land, and then Super Koopa World. I'm actually currently going through Super Koopa Land right now. I just think compared to the other stories, this one really hasn't aged that well, mainly due to the fact it's short. Like, it's really short. It's only about 17,000 words. And compared to the other one, the shortest other one was Queen of the Koopa, and that was like, 40-something thousand words. Bit of a phone. Yeah. What? Such a butterfinger. Let me double check, Queen. Koopa. FanFiction. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay. So, there we go. Yeah. Alright, let's double check to see how many words there are. While I wait for that to load. So let's get started with the plot. So, Super Koopa takes place about a couple years after the events of the end of Queen of the Koopas. At the end of Queen of the Koopas, Bowser, desperate to beat Mario and Luigi, goes to the middle of the ocean and tries and hear about a rumor. Sorry, I'm actually trying not to burp. There we go. Bowser, desperate to beat the Bowery brothers, goes to the middle of the ocean because of a lead she found over a portal to Earth. And, she gets sucked into it and stuck on Earth. And so a couple years pass. It's 66,000. 66,000 words. So a couple years have passed. Bowser kind of fell in love with Peach. And constantly kidnaps her despite her, her being nice and everything. It's like, I'm inviting you to Mario Karts, Mario parties. Please don't kidnap me. I'm kidnapping you. No, Mario! And, Mario saves the day. So we got a couple other one other plot added, Mario Galaxy. And Bowser's, the story actually starts with Bowser, just coming up with a plan. It's like, nope, I'm in a rut. And so Bowser comes to complete out of nowhere, and Bowser's like, oh, I thought you were dead. And he's like, no, I'm not dead. I'm alive. Let's kick the Mario Brothers' ass. And so Bowser reunites with her children, the Koopalings, and then, they have a plan to get rid of the Mario Brothers. Not kill them, just get rid of them. So basically the plan goes like this. Bowser kidnaps Peach and Daisy since, she was there. And, slowly moves towards the ocean. He makes sure to leave the Mario Brothers, like, right there behind him. It's like, oh, I'm probably teasing him all the way. So, ha ha ha, you can't catch me. And Mario's like, and Luigi is naturally suspicious because, he's kind of like, wait, doesn't Bowser, like, go faster than this? It feels like he's kind of holding back. Something might be wrong. And Mario's like, no, we gotta save the princess. No, I'm not actually joking. That actually does happen. So Bowser kind of starts going over the ocean, still slowly. And so they see this plane. Mario and Luigi see this plane, and, they talk to the pilot and said, I'll help you out. And then they fly. So they come across Bowser on this barge, this empty barge in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the ocean, the place where the portal is. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And so Mario and Luigi confront Bowser, and so Bowser's like, I ain't fighting you this time. She is. And Bowser comes out of the plane, reveals that this is a whole plan, and actually proceeds to curb stomp Mario and Luigi. Like, actually curb stomp them. And so Bowser kind of reveals the plan. He said, "Yeah, if I either fight or she tries to actually kill him, then the stars will intervene and screw everything up." And so Bowsetta activates the portal using her necklace, traps Mario and Luigi in a part of the barge, and leaves them in the middle of the ocean to send them back to Earth. So Bowsetta won. Bowser and Bowsetta won. The Koopas won. They control Zarzar Land, and then they control the Mushroom Kingdom. Not necessarily. Basically, afterwards, Bowsetta kind of issues that we're gonna be like a world order thing. So you can run your country. You still gotta report to me and Bowser, but you can run your own country still, kind of, sort of. And then the Koopalings are like goofing off, and then they're attacked by Donkey Kong. Ooh, ah, ah. And so they kidnap the Koopalings to DK Isle. Bowsetta really hates this fact, but she realizes, well, Donkey Kong still has the goodwill of the stars. So and Bowser's like, "What's wrong? What do we have to do? We have to bring Mario and Luigi back." And so Bowsetta and Bowser go back to Earth in a submarine. Yes, Bowsetta has a submarine, like not even a Koopa submarine. No, a human submarine, a Russian submarine. And then they go grab Mario and Luigi, who's like kind of was actually in a mental ward for about a month because, hey, we were in another dimension. We need to get back. Okay, you're crazy. And so they're willing to give up everything to, well, Bowsetta is. Bowser's like, yeah, I do, but I'll have to like it. They're willing to give up remove all their troops from the Koopa land, from Zarzar Land and Mushroom Kingdom, and in exchange for having Mario and Luigi help them get their kids back. At the same time, the Koopalings they're fighting, and they realize, well, we have to try and get out. So they concoct a plan to trick the Diddy Kong, the monkey, giving them the food to get out. So afterward, and then the whole gang, they kind of barge into the mountain because it takes place in DK Mountain. And who should be revealed to be the villain but Kamek? Kamek still jealous over the fact that Kamek failed to turn Bowser into his father, Morton. And Bowser coming into his life and just ruining everything. He's like, I shall get you. And he basically hypnotized all the Donkey Kong characters, except for Cranky for some reason, but then again, it's Cranky. He's like an old man, and he's like, back in my day, all I did was kidnap some pretty woman who's now a mayor and throw barrels. Yeah, for those who don't know, Cranky is actually the original Donkey Kong, like, the original Donkey Kong, like, I know it's not Donkey Kong Jr. DK, the big buff monkey, is actually Cranky's grandson. Donkey Kong Jr. is actually just somewhere. He's not Donkey Kong, but he's different Donkey Kong. And so, Kamek has, the booze behind him, and he planned for all this stuff except for the fact the Koopalings to get out, as well as them actually willingly bringing the Mario Brothers in. So it's like, I have an army of booze, and, he has all this plans to get rid of Bowser, and more importantly, Bowsette, because not Bowsette, Bowsetta, because, his hit plan was, I killed them, I pretend that Donkey Kong and the crew were evil. I hypnotized the Koopalings. Profit. However, Kamek dies because Bowsetta managed to get a lucky shot and basically kill him. After the Koopalings show up and ruin Kamek's plans. And then Peach talks to Bowsetta, saying that, it's not good and evil that truly won. It's like, you only won because you loved something. Kamek wouldn't let go of the hate. She and Bowsetta let go of the hate for one small moment because she truly loved her kids. And so, the story kind of ends with Bowsetta promising them that you can have a day of peace. But after that, yeah, we're coming back. So that's the plot. The plot, good idea number 2 of good idea, poor execution. There's not really a lot of bulk. Like I said, it's really short, and that actually works to its detriment. Mainly due to the fact we're not everything kind of rushes through like extraordinarily fast. I really think that we could have gotten a few chapters about Zelda kind of reacclimating herself through in the Darklands, and then talking to Peach on and everything. Granted, that the Peach part is kind of resolved sort of in Super Koopa Land because there's actually two plot lines, one with the Koopalings and then the other one with Peach and Bowsette. Bowzelda, god dang it. Curse you, Bowsette. So it kind of resolves itself in the second story, but it really needed that buffering here. Like, any sort of padding. Especially with the Koopalings. The Koopalings got shafted again. They do become sort of the main character, specifically Ludwig, in the second story, and the third and fourth story. But considering the fact the whole plot revolved around the Koopalings, it really would have helped if we had some more time of Bowsella, just being with the Koopalings, or at least talking to Junior, because, she wasn't around when Junior was born, so hence why, Super Mario Sunshine. It just felt like a missed opportunity, and I get what the author was going for. She wanted to, reintroduce Bowselta, and then come up with an easy plan to remove Mario and Luigi, using the knowledge that she learned from Earth, and the portal and everything. But it felt really, really kind of like half-assed, mainly because it just breezes through it. Like, I get the plan was supposed to be very simple. It's just we're still given no time to acclimate before the next scene kind of just shoves its way in. I honestly think that the story could be better if we're just given more time to breathe. That's just basically it. Character-wise, let's see. The Koopalings get shafted again. The Donkey Kong crew get shafted. Peach and Daisy get shafted. Mario and Luigi get shafted. Kamek, Kamek is, he's the same as in Queen of the Koopas. He's just, he just let the hate consume him. He wants basically to control the kingdom through a proxy, through a figurehead, and he wants to turn that figurehead into Morton. He wants what Morton, the kingdom that Morton has. I didn't like the fact that Bowselta kind of ruined everything. And yeah, that's it. He kind of gets shafted. Cammy gets shafted. Bowser is Bowser. Nothing really wrong with Bowser. He's the Bowser you all know and love. He's brash. He's in your face. He's like, look at me. I got golden statues, and there's a piece of and my face is on the castle. Oh, ha, ha, ha. He's Bowser. He's fine. Nothing really wrong with that. Bowselta continues her weird, the author doesn't know what to do with her sort of way. Just like the last story, she starts out completely as a Mary Sue. Basically, the story is kind of builds her up as being perfect and everything, and she effortlessly curb stomps the Mario Brothers, like I said. Like, she doesn't get an injury in that way. And even the fight with Kamek, considering the fact Kamek's whole plan was specifically to kill Bowselta first. Like, his whole plan resolved on kill Bowselta and then kill Bowser, because, he's harder to kill, but, he was focusing a lot on Bowselta. The fact that she was the one who was least injured kind of speaks a lot. Like all the other, including Peach and Daisy, because they fought too, and all the Koopalings that were still, and all the Koopa troop that were still alive. The fact that they were covered in bruises and scratches, and all Bowselta had was like a single burn mark on her chest, like in the middle of her chest. And the story even points out it's not really that big. It's like yay big. Kind of speaks wonders of the fact that she really didn't want Bowselta to be hurt, or she was going too heavy into making Bowselta really perfect in a sort of evil way, in a sort of villain Sue-esque sort of way. She does get better in the other two stories, kind of, sort of. She does go through a lot of character development in the third or fourth story. I think this is probably her, in terms of character, this is probably the worst story in terms of Bowselta overall. In term of the entire series, and the entire tetralogy, She even then it's still the worst. She does get better, and she was better in Queen of the Koopas because she actually had some character development. She had only like a very minuscule amount of character development in this specific story. And that was at the end when she was talking to Peach, and when she was talking to Mario and Luigi, how she was willing to give up everything to make sure her children were safe. Kind of revealing that she was a bad person, but she genuinely cared for her people. And so we kind of got that. It still really would have helped if the story, you had more time to read the story. Pacing way too fast for my liking. It really needed it needed to be longer. At least 10,000 words longer. I was okay with this. I'm okay with this being the shortest story because it's supposed to be the most simple, and it's supposed to start out with just kind of establishing the world building of the trilogy and giving us give us a taste of what's to come, as well as kind of kickstarting the themes that are relevant throughout the trilogy. Family, good and evil is not black and white. And fate. The themes that were established in Queen of the Koopas. They're supposed to start here, and they were fine for what they did. This story was just to spark those themes. Like, good and evil is not black and white, because the story does point out that, unlike Bowser, who's very vain, he's like, for the most part, he cares about his people, but he's not really, he just has a bad way of showing it. Bowselta genuinely cares about her people, and she wants to rule the world because she wants her people to be happy, and she fervently feels like the Koopalings should rule the world again, because that's what she thinks that would help her people. Family, the fact that she was willing to screw over destiny and give up all the fact that she won, because she wanted her family safe, she wanted her kids safe, and finally willing to play the game of fate, of changing your own fate, and realizing that this can be played with in certain ways with the stars, and how they're kind of an ambiguous gray area. The story does start the themes, and the second and third story kind of go into it, and finally the theme of Bowselda realizing that hate, all her actions from her past are coming back to haunt her. It does look like it's kind of shaping up, like kind of going through like a very monumental change, like kind of becoming a kind of good person. Not really a good guy, but not really a bad guy. It's sort of like in the middle. And then the third story comes out. What was that? I don't know. I don't see that. Grammar. There's a couple grammar errors. Nothing bad. But nothing really good. There's a couple errors here and there. Not a lot. Favorite. What I recommend is, I'm not gonna recommend it yet, mainly because like I said, I want to wait till Super Koopa World. Favorite part. Don't have a favorite part. This one just breezes right through, and it doesn't have any substantial standout moments. Final thoughts. I do think I really, really like the idea behind it, but I think the execution needs work. Like I said, a lot of these problems are fixed in the third and fourth story, Super Koopa Land and World. And I can't wait to review those stories, especially Super Koopa World, because I have a lot to say about that story and that ending. So that is my review on Super Koopa. Tell me what you think of the story. This has been Dark Symphony 777, and